Yes, thanks for staying with us on the Sports Show. Time to get to the Southern Footy League. Don't you even start, mate. Right now, Flagstaff Hill, Morphett Vale, Christie's Beach, sitting on top of the ladder after 2 rounds. The Press, as always, joins us from the Southern Footy League, Craig Warman. Craig, thanks for coming in, mate.
Thanks for having us, boys. Yeah, terrific round of footy again.
It's a great weekend of footy, mate. That's what it was. You would be delighted having those games all so close, and you know, there's a couple of top sides getting knocked off, and you're not quite sure what's going to happen. Week in, week out. That's what. And
again, it's because of the reduced season. This week will be a third of the season already gone, Baz.
Wow.
So
yeah, exactly.
You know, a couple of sides that were looking to make a mark.
Well, they need to win, don't they?
Are struggling at the moment, and they need to get on the board pretty quickly.
All right, let's have a look at last weekend's games, mate. Cove went down by only the 2 points to Port Noarlunga.
Yeah, it was a terrific game. The Cockle Divers have been a bit of a bogey side for them. And lost quite a few players during the off-season, the old Cockle Divers. So that's a good win for them, especially down at Cove.
Because they got touched up by Happy Valley.
Yeah, the week before,
yeah. Yeah, they got touched up. So that is a good win for them. And Cove, of course, now have dropped a couple.
Yeah, dropped a couple.
I might have to go back out there, Brett.
Well, you might have to.
I might have to get back out to the Cobras.
And play or coach?
Oh, no, I don't think I'll be playing.
No playing?
Although I might play.
Might play. We know they're in trouble if you're playing, mate. Hey, Flagstaff Hill, mate, still dominating. 24-point winners over Happy Valley.
Yeah, but in saying that, Phil, it was a lot closer. It was only in the last probably 5 or 6 minutes that they kicked away from Happy Valley. So Happy Valley, as I said a couple of weeks ago, a young side last year, really showing some good form early this year.
Morphett Vale?
Yeah.
Well, Noarlunga for the second week in a row, they just couldn't get it done. Remember, Christie's in the last quarter ran over them in round 1. Again, leading into the last quarter and got run over again. So,
well, yeah, 16 shots to 10 for a start. So, and they got knocked off. So you can't miss, can you? We saw that on the weekend with a couple of other teams. You just cannot miss. So you keep missing, you know what happens.
You give them you open the door, don't you?
You
open the door and give them a chance.
Yeah.
And Morphett Vale were good enough, and of course that's a real good fill for Morphett Vale because they're now sitting 2 and zip.
Yeah.
From where they came from last year, and of course being one of our stronger clubs. Last year wasn't a very good year for them.
Yeah.
Kicking this season off really well so far.
Okay.
4 goals to Christie's Beach over Ranella.
And again, this was close up until probably halfway through the last quarter. These young blokes from Ranella, they just seem to be run out of, just haven't quite got the strength and stability to go with these stronger sides in the latter part of the game. So they'll learn from that, but yeah, look, don't write Ranella off.
Well, that sets up a really big game, doesn't it, next week with Happy Valley and the Whinies. A bit of a local derby. Well, they're all local derbies, all these games, aren't they?
Yep.
They all live around each other and whatever, but it sets up a pretty good game there.
Yeah, it does, and the Valley's at home to Ranella.
Yeah.
And last year, if you remember, the Valley's knocked Ranella off in the corresponding game last year, right. So they'll go in pretty confident, the Valleys. And Ranella, toss of a coin, I reckon. I might even stick with the black and whites in this one.
I want to see what you'll stick in this one. Christie's Beach at home up against Flaggies. Both teams haven't lost the first 2 rounds.
Well, mate, this is good. This is the match of the round. No doubt about that. Flaggies, reigning premiers, been there for 4 or 5 years now. Strong in all grades. Christie's, the up and comers. They've got big Dan Nose back from the Riverland. Kicked 100 goals up there last year. That's added to their firepower along with Blake Carter. And yeah, it's going to be an absolute cracker. I still fancy the experience of Flaggies, but gee, Christie's at home in front of their parochial crowd. You thought Port Adelaide were parochial, mate. You ought to get down to Bice Oval because they're unbelievable. They could take some beating, but I just fancy Flaggies in a close one.
Cove and Noarlunga, there's a big one.
Well, they're both desperate for a win. So again, being played at Noarlunga, you'd probably tip the home side, but Cove showed some really good signs last week. Tossed off a coin, I'll stick with the Cove, I reckon.
Port Noarlunga, Morphett Vale, both coming off losses.
Well, no, Morphett Vale winner, beat Noarlunga.
Oh, sorry, Morphett Vale, yep.
So they'd start favourites, but their record down at Cockle Park isn't all that flash.
Why is that?
Well, it's a bit like Albert and Oval. You don't really like to go to It's just one of those ovals.
It's the friendliest place in the world, Albion Oval. I don't know why people get all that from. I don't know where that comes from.
Depends where you come from.
Well, that's right. If you're from Port Adelaide, Albion Oval is a terrific place to go.
Yeah, of course it is. It's just going past that cemetery.
That's right. Just don't get out there if you find anything else.
Port Noarlunga showed some good signs last week. Morphevale up and about. I'll tip the Emus in this one, even though their record at Cockle Park isn't all that good.
Now, mate, in the women's footy, we had a special guest in last week. She didn't finish up all that well during the game.
Oh, well, the good part is they won.
That part was good.
Yeah, the Co Footy Club, but poor old Dana, who was in last week, copped one in the nose, and she's walking around a little bit like this at the moment.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we told her to keep her head up, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Last week we said to her, you might cop one.
That's probably why it happened. She kept her head up. If she had kept her head down, it wouldn't have.
But no, they had a good win over Hackham, and Morphevale bounced back after losing to Cove the week before, knocking off Aldinga in the women's competition. So no, it was good.
Hey, mate, really happy in the Southern Footy League the way the women's league's developed in a short period of time?
Oh, you'd have to be. We've just gone from strengths to strengths. We started with just an under 14s and a senior women's competition. We've now got under 14 women. We've now got under 16 women, senior women as well, and all of the teams have got those grades filled. So it's just gone gangbusters for us.
All right, mate. Always good to get you in. The Southern Footy League, absolutely fantastic. Get down there. There's a couple of belter games this weekend. None better than Christie's Beach and Flagstaff Hill. So that will be a beauty. Got to get out of here. We'll be back in a moment. Still plenty to come.